Well, you abolish the best way to abolish the income tax, of course, is to get the Congress to go along with it and pass a law and just remove it. I think that if I had the right and the ability to do it with a presidential order and did it the first day in office, I could bring the rest of the government to a halt, because if they don't have the strong-arm tactics of the IRS to stick a gun at us and say, you will pay, then the rest of the government has to dry up. But a lot of people get worried about, well, if you don't have an income tax, what's going to happen to the government? Well, we didn't have an income tax before 1913. We survived. New Hampshire doesn't have an income tax nor a sales tax, and they're surviving quite well with a 3% unemployment rate. If you take this $1 trillion monster of a budget for next fiscal year, you will find out that 38% of it is covered by the personal income tax. So I would say that we ought to cut spending by that much, get rid of the income tax, and get back to a sensible government. The abuse of the IRS on the American people today is about 10 times, if not 100 times worse than what the king imposed on our grandparents back in colonial days. The IRS can come and tell us that we owe so much money, we're guilty until proven innocent. They confiscate our property without due process of law. They compel us to keep records. They make us incriminate ourselves. And the American people just sit back complacently and say, oh, well, I guess that's the way it has to be. It doesn't have to be that way. We need to do something about it. We don't need the income tax, and we ought to get rid of it.